Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Friday and welcome back to another weekly beauty chit chat. If you are new around here, this video goes up pretty much most Fridays here on my channel. It's just an opportunity for me to sit here and chit chat about all of the fun, frivolous, completely unnecessary beauty products that I was personally loving or obsessing about over the course of the past week. Per usual, I have a fun little lineup of things to share with you, and as always, I will list and link everything in the description box down below if you'd like to know where to purchase these items. I usually try to look up sales prices for whatever I'm sharing, so if a sale is available, I will share that. If you'd like to read up other people's reviews, look at ingredient decks, you know, all that fun information, check out the description box. It's usually a plethora of information. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good week. Honestly, my week this week has been immensely better despite getting some arguably bad news earlier on in the week, but it is significantly better than what we thought this situation was going to turn into. So I'm just gonna casually chit chat about that here in the beginning of the video. I'll put a timestamp to where the actual beauty chit chat starts here so that you can fast forward if you're not interested. But on Monday on my Instagram, I shared that unfortunately we found out that my mom has cancer. However, it's actually good news in a weird way because we originally thought that there was a possibility for her to have two different unrelated cancers at the same time, and fortunately with a little bit of like further digging and testing, we found out she only has one type of cancer, and the prognosis for what she has is actually quite good in terms of the recovery. It's not going to be pleasant, but she does have a really good outcome in terms of being able to get past this and be healthy afterwards. So honestly, my life for the last couple weeks has been a little bit discombobulated since I found out about this. My mom randomly was told that she has cancer when she went to the ER for something completely unrelated. But they just did some testing and found that, you know, like whatever was happening wasn't caused by what they originally thought it was. And so they did some imaging and ultimately they found cancer. So, you know, she left the ER that day with just like, obviously a ton of questions and fear and, you know, just trying to kind of keep her like calm and grounded for the last couple weeks as we've been going through the initial appointments with, you know, different types of specialists and oncologists, you know, just trying to get things like narrowed down, and then a game plan in place it takes time. So, but we had a pretty key appointment on Monday that really made me feel so much better about everything. This is a really big deal to me, not only because, you know, it's my mom, it's my parent, but like I'm particularly close with my mother. She is the one like really consistent parent in my life. You know, I think it's always amazing when people have two parents that are really dedicated. Unfortunately, that has not been my lot in life for the most part. So I've really relied on my mom. Even as like an adult, I still, you know, call her frequently with questions about things where sometimes she's like, you're 45. I think you can sort this out yourself, you know, but like she's just always been an amazing mother to me, and the thought of losing her just scared the absolute crap out of me. So I'm just so thankful that we have a good prognosis. Not that the process is going to be easy. It's not, but I think, you know, I just feel better about everything. So thank you for your patience. I know that, you know, I've been trying to keep myself distracted by doing a million different things. I've been filming YouTube videos to try to keep my mind off of it. I've been working out in the yard again. Even when it's been really hot, just to try to like keep my mind occupied, because I'm one of those people that will obsess and will just I'll drive myself crazy. So I just feel a lot less stressed and overwhelmed, and just feel really good about our game plan coming up. So anyway, that has what has been happening. So those of you that sent positive vibes, energy, prayers my way after my Instagram post on Monday, thank you so much. I really do feel that love and support for my mom, and it makes me really happy. I do think that all of that stuff helps people. You know, I think medicine is obviously very important in this process, but I also just think keeping a positive attitude and having a lot of people, you know, kind of rooting for you also, it makes an immense difference. So anyway, you guys, thank you again for your patience and for helping me with this, you know, distraction that I've been trying to like put in place for myself. And yeah, I feel like now I can just get back to a little bit more normalcy in like a weird way. But anyway, let's move on. All right. We're gonna take a hard left turn from the C word to talking about just frivolous things. So this feels weird, but let's do it. Okay, 2 perfume picks this week. We always start with fragrance here, so you know, why deviate? This is the fragrance that I actually wore on my wedding day. So this one has a lot of significance to me. This is Philosophy Falling in Love. Listen, if you ever have the opportunity to smell this either in store somewhere or you order it online just blindly, let me just assure you that this is one of the softest, prettiest, just like, it's just pretty. Like, that's all that comes to mind when I smell this. And I think that's why I picked it for my wedding day, because I wanted to feel like a princess. I wanted to feel pretty. I wanted to feel feminine and girly. This is just the epitome of that. This has a really beautiful blackberry base to it. It's got some vanilla. It's creamy, it's fruity, it's feminine, it's gorgeous. This fragrance makes me so happy, and I think part of it is definitely like, I obviously, you know, had a great time at my wedding, but actually I need to apply a little bit more. Oh, I don't know, it just puts a smile on my face. I love fragrance in terms of like the memories that, you know, it can help you create, but also just like how it can just put a smile on your face even when you are feeling maybe at your worst. Something as little as like a fragrance that reminds you of happier times can really improve your mood. And so this is one that I reach for frequently when I am looking to increase my mood a little bit. It just reminds me of happy times. But it's just a beautiful scent. Also, if you are not aware, Philosophy is now cruelty-free. So they were not for a very long time, but I am happy to report they are cruelty-free, and that just makes me really, really happy. So the second pick is my Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62 Eau de Parfum. Honestly, I'm kind of trying to use this one up. I will say, I think you can just buy the body spray, because personally, I don't find very good lasting power from this one at all. It smells amazing. I love the scent, but honestly, it works just as well as the body spray does. So anyway, I'm trying to use this one up. I will probably not repurchase the perfume, but I will just get the body spray again. Both Stella and I love this fragrance. She, for her birthday this year, I got her an 8-ounce tub of the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream, the original one. And it's just so cute to like have her coming out of her room in the morning and just smelling like something that I really love, and like now she loves it. Stella is really getting into perfume, which is fantastic in one way because it's another thing that her and I can, you know, share together. But it's kind of a tricky thing in another way because she is raiding my perfume in my closet quite frequently these days. So I think I need to do another declutter and just hand over some things that I'm just kind of, you know, okay about at this point. And maybe that will save the like better parts of my stash for me. I love sharing with her, I really do, but it is funny, like sometimes I'll be downstairs and because our master closet is right above our kitchen, I can hear her like rifling around in there sometimes. I'm just like, oh kid, get out. She has her own little perfume collection, but she always likes to hit up mine. So anyway, I think I'll do another declutter and just give her a few more of my other ones. All right, let's do a couple of skincare items. I've really gotten into using the Farmacy 10% waterless vitamin C serum again as of late. Now, admittedly, this does not really work all that well for me in terms of addressing like hyperpigmentation from things like melasma. I really wish that I got better results from vitamin C with regards to that. But what I really think this does for me is it really helps to just brighten everything up. It doesn't really affect the dark spots, but everything else just seems to have a brighter, healthier glow when I use vitamin C on a regular basis. There's just this really nice clarity to my skin. But yeah. Anyway, and this one is a really neat texture. It kind of feels like it might be oily on the skin, but it absorbs very quickly. So I actually have this on my face right now, and you can see, like, I don't look overly shiny or greasy or anything like that. It just does a beautiful job of just giving me an overall brightening effect. I've been using this all over my face, my neck, and even my chest. And I just think that the tone overall is, I like it. It's working for me. So do I wish that it did better with my melasma? Yeah, but I don't know. I think ultimately azelaic acid and tranexamic acid are great over-the-counter like type ingredients that you can use to really make a little bit more of an impact with melasma. But you know, the very best I have found is unfortunately hydroquinone. So, but as we all know, you can't use hydroquinone on a regular basis. You have to cycle with it. So yeah, all right. Let's keep going. I'm almost done with this, and I'm kind of bummed out because I don't have a backup of it, but I do have some other eye creams that I just need to use up. So I probably won't repurchase this right away, but it's really gonna be hard for me to not. I have talked about this particular eye cream for many years here on my channel. I always end up going back to it. It's the hyaluronic tripeptide gel cream for eyes from Rakuten. So you can see I just have a little bit left around the very bottom there that I'm kind of digging out at this point. I've still got a few more days before I finish it, but I'm already kind of mourning the loss of this. I love this one for the morning. I tap it around my under eyes and it immediately plumps that area up, but it doesn't feel heavy or greasy on the skin. It just makes everything look so soft and hydrated in a way that plays well with my makeup. It doesn't crease. It's just, I mean, you don't need an eye cream. I know that, but I really like this one. Also, if you have a Costco membership, Costco has a pretty good deal on this. You get this size and like a small, like tiny travel one. I actually already completely used the travel one up. And then I was working my way through the like full size here. But yeah, when I do purchase this again, I'll personally go through Costco. It's a way better deal. So if you have a membership, check there if you want to try this one out. But it's also available at Ulta too. So if you don't have a Costco membership, you can do that. Okay, before I get to the makeup, I am going to be doing an in-depth video about this company next week, but I wanted to share this one specific product first because this is kind of a game changer. All right, so the company Silvering Beauty reached out to me and asked if I was interested in sharing some of their gray hair targeted beauty products, right? So at first I took a look and I saw that they had gray brow powder products, and I was like, ooh, actually, people are always asking me what is a great gray brow powder option, right? So my recommendation in the past was the Tarte Amazonian Clay brow powder in the shade gray, but they discontinued that, so it's no longer readily available. And I feel like a lot of companies, you know, basically promote taupe as like the best option for those with gray hair. And I do think taupe can be lovely depending on your shade of gray, but I didn't like the way that looked for me, so I've always looked for gray brow powders. Anyway, moral of the story is that this company does offer gray brow products, and we'll be discussing those next week. But they also sent this, and I did not know they were going to send this. I thought they were just going to send their gray brow powder, but they sent me a package of a few things, so a big thanks to Silvering Beauty. But this is their Borderline Optical Filler. Now, I know these are not the first guys to do this particular product, but this shade is just really a great fit for me. And what you use this for is, it does come with like a really small firm brush. I didn't like that particular brush for application, so I went through some of my old makeup brushes and I pulled out this Real Techniques. This is the Expert Face brush. It's just this rounded one. Now, what this is for filling in your hair, your like hairline essentially. So you can do this around your forehead if your hair is pulled back, or you can just do it in your part. So one of the things that is a concern for a lot of people who do have gray hair is that as your gray really starts to come in as you age more and more, the lighter the gray is, the more your scalp shows through. And this is something that I'm dealing with. I have really fine, thin hair to begin with, right? Mine, by the way, has not completely transitioned. If you're new here, this is my like old hair color. It's just dishwater blonde, right? I went gray very early in life, and I just decided to go ahead and embrace it. So most of my hair, as you can see, is gray, but a little bit of the blonde remains. So that's why you see a little bit of dimension in my hair. There is still a few strands of that dishwater blonde running through as well. But what is up here is coming in quite white at this point. And so that shows scalp a lot more easily. So the way this product works is it's just a powder. And again, I like using a bigger brush like this just to get a little bit more coverage. This just honestly makes it faster for me. The brush they send is fine. You can use that brush, but I had this, so I decided to try it out, and I really love this. So the way this product works is, you know, you part your hair, and then you basically just tap the powder onto the scalp, and it helps to disguise the look of your scalp. So what I actually like about this is it adds a little bit of depth at my roots, so it just doesn't look quite as like thin or see-through in my part area. And I happen to like a little bit of like a darker root type look. It looks pretty, I don't know, I feel like it looks a lot more obvious on camera than it does in real life. This looks super, super natural. And also I can brush through this, and it's like it still stays, you know. I just have to make sure I part it in the right area again. But yeah, like it just provides a little tiny bit of, you know, scalp coverage where you need it. I have tried this around my hairline as well, and it really fills in this area beautifully and adds a little bit of depth. This is pretty genius. Again, I know these are not the first guys to do this, but I just really, I never thought to use something like this until they sent it, and then I thought, oh, I should have been using something like this for a while. It really does make a difference in terms of making my hair look like it's a lot thicker than what it actually is. So anyway, this is the salt and pepper option here, which is probably what I would categorize my gray as, is a little bit more like salt and pepper. And it's a lot of powder. I imagine this will last me for a while. So anyway, more about this next week. Okay, let's talk some makeup here to finish the video. All right, sorry about that little interruption there. Had to take a phone call. Let's continue on with talking about some makeup. Okay, first of all, you guys, this is a liquid foundation. I know, here on my channel. Can you believe it? Who even am I anymore? Listen, I did not buy this. Urban Decay sent this to me. They reached out. Honestly, I didn't think the email was real at first, because why would Urban Decay even like recognize my channel? But I looked into it a little bit more, and sure enough, it was actually Urban Decay. And they asked if I was interested in testing this out and then just, you know, sharing my thoughts here on my channel. And I said, yes, sure, but I did warn them. I was like, just so you know, typically stuff like this does not work for me. So are you cool with me being honest if it doesn't work out? And they said, yep, you know, whatever. So anyway, they sent me 2 different shades, which was generous. I took a little quiz, and then they sent me the 2 that matched me the most. So number 3 Fair Warm and number 6 Fair Warm. Turns out number 6 Fair Warm, my exact color. I'm wearing this today. I have tested it with a multitude of application techniques, including my fingers as well as a brush. But the very best way that I found is the makeup sponge. A slightly dampened makeup sponge. This gives you the prettiest, lightest feeling, but like decent coverage. It's pretty amazing. I did share a demo in my review yesterday, and you can see how it just completely mutes out the melasma on my forehead. I'm kind of trying to clear up the last breakout right now, or like flare up, I guess you would call it, of my melasma on my forehead. So it's kind of in the healing stages, if you will, but you can still very much see it. I can't see it really at all. And this is just with 2 light layers of, you know, stamping it in with a beauty blender. The coverage is amazing. If you are someone who really struggles with hyperpigmentation and you need a full coverage foundation, if you apply this with your fingers, if you apply this with a brush, you are going to get a much better coverage than what I even have here. And it doesn't feel like a mask. It doesn't feel super heavy. There's niacinamide in this formula. I don't feel like this clogs my pores. It does have a more matte finish to it. So if you're looking for a little bit of a glow, I probably wouldn't recommend this. Also, if you are dry, I would not recommend this. I think it would be far too drying for you. But those of you that have combo or oily skin, and if you just refuse to try powder foundation, I get it. You know, everybody has their favorites. I would say try this. If you're into liquids and you have oily skin, I would try the Space Bond. I mean, they do say that it's waterproof as well. I certainly have not. I don't dunk my head underwater at all. I'm claustrophobic. I can't. So I would not be wearing this, you know, like to the beach or in the ocean or in a pool or something like that personally, but they do say that it's waterproof. So if, you know, if that fits you, maybe this is something that works that way, but I don't know. I have not been in any body of water at all this year. Well, I did put my feet in the ocean, so does that count? I feel like that counts. Okay, let's keep going. All right. Eyeshadow palettes. Listen, you're gonna be seeing some of these popping up. I really wish these were still available. Maybe they are on the LORAC website. I don't know, but a lot of you probably still have these anyway. This is the LORAC Mega Pro, and this is the very first Mega Pro. Everybody went ham for these Pro palettes for a while there. Do you guys remember? I still actually love mine. I disinfect my powder products not quickly, but fairly often. So I still feel very comfortable using some of these older palettes in my collection. But I loved the way that these were designed with the top 2 rows of mattes and then the shimmers and pearl finishes on that second row there, these second 2 rows here. These are quite small, but I mean, this palette would take someone years to finish, even if they were just using this exclusively. They might be small, but there's quite a bit of product in there actually. So listen, these palettes are still fabulous. And if you happen to have them in your collection and you haven't reached for them for years, let me just encourage you to take them out, give them some love. I mean, yeah, there's new wonderful eyeshadow palettes coming out every 5 minutes, but most of us still have a number of eyeshadow palettes already in our collection. I'm just trying to show mine some love before I get too excited about what is to come this holiday season. I'm really hoping I can resist a lot of makeup purchases this holiday season, at least for myself. I know Stella has all of the requests, but for me, I'm really still trying to focus on using the things that I already have makeup wise. So, and I feel good doing that. All right, blush wise, I reached for these 2 this week. Becca, no longer even around, which is so sad. I really liked Becca as a makeup company. It's a bummer what happened to them, but careful who you partner with, I can suppose. All right, this is the shade Sweet Pea. This is from their mineral blush line. This is the blush that I'm actually wearing today. It's a really nice kind of muted, rosy pink, brown, with a little bit of brown in it. Yeah, it's actually quite warm, but I do like the way that it looks on my cheeks. By the way, I just randomly grabbed for this. I also randomly grabbed for this. I've been doing this thing lately where I just like close my eyes and reach into a makeup drawer and take something out, and then I have to figure out how to use that thing. Obviously, I'm a little bit bored, but anyway, this blush is gorgeous. I don't think Laura Geller gets enough credit for her blushes. This is the Blush and Brighten in Raspberry. This is a matte finish. I'm really going to be reaching for this one quite a bit this fall. It's a gorgeous, like, mauvey raspberry shade. Isn't that pretty? I love all the swirls. It's stunning on the cheeks. So this is one that I'm gonna get quite a bit of use out of. And then the last two things I wanted to mention were my lip products this week. So this is the combo that I've mostly been doing. Again, just randomly grabbed for these. This is the Pillow Talk. Now, I don't know what format this is, but it's her skinnier lipsticks. I don't know what this finish is, but it's definitely a lot shinier than her matte formula, but I love the shade. This, I think, looks a little bit bolder than the matte Pillow Talk does for some reason, but I don't know, I kind of like it. I'm not huge on bold lips, but I feel like this is still doable for me. And then topping it off with the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in vanilla something? What is it? Vanilla beige. Yes, vanilla beige. So boring, right? But this is a great gloss, you guys. Really nice hydration, and it's actually a good color fit for that. Oh, that's a nice texture. That's really nice. It's a good color fit for the Pillow Talk as well. So anyway, this is my lip combo this week, and that is everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Toodaloo.